the real cheese cheddar bafethu, the real mozzarella. Mamela, this is what we do. Football is what we do, it's what we love, it's our passion, bafethu. Our dream starting 11 for the upcoming season, you know. We don't know whether it includes the new players or what, but this is our opinion, guys. You know, our opinion. So stick around with us, and then you'll get to hear from Coach Mark. I'll also be giving my one. I don't know if Slim Cut will give one, but yeah.
Aye.
Before we jump
That's
into
my
that one, Moeneeb, before we jump into that one, please, SoccerBeat lovers, 70% of you guys are watching the videos, you know, but you guys are not liking, you're not subscribing. I mean, you want to make this one of the best and the biggest show in South Africa. Don't forget to like, to subscribe, hit on that notification button. Tell your friends, those that do not know about SoccerBeat, tell them good is Yakala Lana. And this is Talking Orlando Pirates. Let's get into it, Bafedu. After the nomination of players board. Okay, Moeneeb, go. Okay, before.
Yeah. Listen, I need to cut in here first because you guys are obviously going to be giving your starting 11. I won't be giving my starting 11 yet because I first need to see what our coach is all about. You know what I'm saying? Before I can throw mine. But before you guys put out your starting 11, I want you guys to know as well that, hey, I hope that the players that you are putting in there, if it's the new ones, I hope you have put some thought behind it in the fact that when they were playing by the small teams, they were banging in goals and playing against Orlando Pirates and all these other yellow teams, the big ones. The one big one and the other one that's there across the street. They were motivated to play against these teams. Like some of them played 25 games, scored 5 goals. Fair enough, but you were motivated to play against the likes of Pirates. Now that you are outside, I want to know if you're going to be having that same mentality when other teams are going to be motivated for you. So that is going to be my worry with your selection. But I want to see if you coach. I'm going to be disappointed if you are not going to be thinking in that line. Cheesy, I can understand.
Thank you. Nippy, with that being said, SoccerBeat lovers, please stick around in this show. Wait for the lineups. I think I just have one for Moeneeb. Moeneeb, I think you've had this experience, you know, where you have a pool of players, maybe 38 to about 40. I've been through that at Orlando Pirates, you know. How is the coach going to be able to manage such a squad? Because I think that's also one of the key issues that he might face, having such a big squad, having to please all the players. How big of a challenge is it going to be for him?
It's going to be a massive challenge for him, you know, massive challenge for him. But like we said, he's got there and he's come with his technical team has been there before. My worry is more with the players. Are they going to be able to can deal with this, you know? And that is going to be my worry, especially the new ones, because we've seen the marquee signings that we made. I'm sure we're going to be making more, you know? But the smaller ones, the younger ones that we've signed, I want them, a message to them is just to let them know that, listen, as much as you're not going to be involved immediately, you have to understand and you have to remember that there's a purpose why you are there. There's a purpose why you've gotten to Orlando Pirates. You're at a big team now. And it doesn't happen overnight where things just happen for you. No, you're going to have to earn your stripes there. So this is my message to them. If things are not going right, happy the first 2-3 months when things is not going your way, don't throw your toys out of the cot. Understand your purpose, the reason why you are there. You know, the reason why you are there is to try and earn a shirt at Orlando Pirates. The shirt is not given to you. You must earn the shirt. So don't get despondent. Know your purpose and work hard. Work hard to get into that starting and no matter how long it takes. And it will feel even better once you've earned your stripes into the team, you've earned your place in the team, the appreciation feeling will be even better. So be prepared.
Danko. Aye. Coach has got a headache already. This is not confirmed that the Pirates is gonna start like this or play like this the upcoming season, you know. This is just our opinions, what we think with the squad and the players that have come through and the players that have been there. So with that being said, I think it's Mark, if please take me through your formation and the players that you feel maybe could take Paris to the promised land and win the league. Obviously, it's the whole squad, but there has to be that core, that possible lineup.
Cheesy. Also, like Moeneeb mentioned something critical. Also, with this, it's just an exercise for us to say what can happen in the future. So it's not.
Yeah.
People must not take it personal, you know. Also, I would love for even our viewers to chip in and say, maybe who do they want to see in the starting lineup, who are their preferred lineup. This also shows, Guti, all three of us can have 11 different lineups. You know what I mean? So it means also we need to respect sometimes what the coaches do and what the coach will do going into the into the season as well. And I think also the team and his technical team are also as responsible to help him, and so that also because also he doesn't know the club, he doesn't know the culture of the club. So my lineup in goals, I have Uchaine, my goalkeeper. Okay, first, before. My lineup is based on history, is based on potential, is based on future, what they can do, and also what they have been doing even in the previous season as well. It also includes a player that might leave the club. So I have a suitable replacement for him if he does leave the club. Okay. So one, we are playing a 4-3-3. 3 midfielders, 3 strikers, or 3 offensive players. We have Uchaine in goals.
Coach, you're already making the excuses if things don't go well. You are like a coach already. You're already making yourself room for excuses there.
I have to protect myself. I have Uchaine in goals. At right back, I have Van Rooyen. Right center back, I have Sesane. Left center back, I have Mbokazi. Left back, I have Hoto. Midfield, holding midfielder, I have Unduli. And then I have 2 10s or 2 8s or 8 and a 10. It does not matter how you call it. I have Mofokeng more on the left, and then I have Mbule more on the right, but still inside. Right wing, I have Unkota. Left wing, I have Appollis, and as a center forward, I have Umabasa. If Rele does go, I have Umbata as Rele's replacement. And then on the bench, I have Butelezi, Kogi, Muremi, Lamini, Kim Vidi, Simisi, Mahopa, Maswangai, and Silepe. And then I have 2 players on my green, which is Upita no Pesinje, idling there in the corner there.
Coach,
So Mark,
starting 11 there.
You're
starting 11 there, coach. You said who is your replacement for Rele? Mbata.
Yeah.
Are you playing him on the wing, coach, or are you playing Mbata as a 2 10s, one of the 2 10s?
Mbata plays as an 8 because Rele is playing as a, also Rele is playing inside.
So you're going to disregard Cash for what he's done through the season, or are you saving him not for because you know his age, because you know of his age? So now you don't want to use him that much. Is this for the MTN 8 or is this for the league, your league season? Because coach,
who am I
we
saving?
have to.
Who am I saving?
I'm listening, coach.
You saying who am I saving?
Are you saving Cash Makaula, the heart of the ghost?
Whoa.
No, I have. Cause I can see maybe.
I respect Cash. He's my brother.
No, we know that, coach.
But a little bit of legs, a little bit of energy,
that
a little
is
bit
what
of
I'm thinking.
Nduli will bring this stability in the tactically is very strong.
No, 100%,
so he's gonna bring,
and that is why
gonna help to manage
that's
things.
That's why I ask you, coach, because you know that's of our coaches that is done A licenses. They think further ahead. Us cheesy, us local ones, we only think here. Because all I'm thinking is, you don't want to put Cash. Why you don't want to put Cash? You don't like him. That is how some of the supporters might think when they see the coach's selection. You know what I'm saying? So we're prepping them as well, coach. When our coach selects a team and some of their favorites are not in there, you know, they must understand there's a purpose for why the selection is what it is. You know, so that's why I'm happy that you even explained, because we know Cash is going under the age. Yes, he is the heart of the team, but we want him to stretch him for as long as possible, and that possibility will only happen if we use him sparingly. We've got guys like Nguli who's ready, and Engine is hungry to go, you know, and when the push comes to shove, we have look at our bench now. If you look at your selection now that you've done, coach, if you've got Nguli there, you've got Cash on the bench, you've got Cheez, we've got some some depth in our squad now. You know what I'm saying, coach? I'm not too disappointed with your selection, coach. But I must also say that some of these bloody players, these young ones that come, they must earn this jersey, eh? They must earn this jersey, not because we signed you, you walk straight in. Yeah. Because as quickly as you walk in, you walk straight back out if you don't perform. No pressure.
Aye. No, Nippy, Sizwili lineup. Please, guys, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share your comments about Mark's lineup. Listen, this is not the lineup that Pirates will use. It's just
Yeah.
something that we also, thinking these are the possibilities that the coach might have. He might even change the formation. We don't know. But these are the possibilities, guys, and it just shows you how much depth now the team is gonna have, because certain key players might not play, might be needed in the latter part of the season, might be needed in some of the competitions. So it's gonna be a long season. So lineups will always change. Yeah, what?
For sure.
So Mina, I've went for a 4-3-3, guys. I think a normal formation that Pirates has played throughout the past season. I'm not gonna waste time. Mina Moshi's cut. Goalkeeper, China. Right?
Please, sorry, let me interject. I think it's best we select the team in the formation that the coach is going to play. You understand? Because
Okay.
then it's realistic. Then it's
Yeah.
a little bit more realistic for us because the coach likes to play 4-2-3-1. Now we're going to
Okay.
select players to accommodate players. No.
All right.
Put them in the position
Yeah.
that the system that
Let
the coach
me-
is going to play.
Let me check my board here. So if we move the players around now to the formation that Moeneeb wants, right?
No. That's structure.
Okay.
We
We'll
have
go.
to
We'll
now
go.
because all of us.
We'll go with the 4-2-3-1. It's fine. We'll go with the 4-2-3-1. I'll have China in goals. I'll have Grootman Hoto on the left. I'll have Mbokazi left center back. I'll have Sesane once the boy is fully recovered as a right center back. I'll have the young man Ndlozi, and I'll explain why I'm going for the young man. I know there might be a question on that one. And then I'll go with the two holdings. I'll go with Ndluli and Cash. All right, that's my two in the midfield. And the three across, I will go with Sipho Mbule, and I'll go with Rele and Appollis, of which they can always alternate. And then I'll go with Mahopa, because I think Mahopa can do the job as a lone striker. On the bench, look, the bench varies in fit. There could be a lot. On the bench, I'll have Buthelezi, I'll have Silepe, I'll have Mbata, I'll have Tito, and then I'll have Dino van Rooyen, and also have Moremi. And the other options that Mark put out, they are also on the fence. They're Pesitao, Shadolile.
They're standing on the side of the bench like this against the thing there, like just hanging there with no kit on.
Waiting.
Cheez, but Nklozi.
Yes.
He's a youngster as well, no?
Yeah. A product of the
So
MDC.
I've seen a lot of Nklozi. Yeah, but he's played more to the latter part of the season, right?
Yes.
So for me, for me personally, I don't think he's done enough yet. You know why? Because he started coming in the last 6-7 games of the season.
Yeah. Yes.
If I can be right.
Correct.
So for me, by that time the league has been won already by Sundown. So people were relaxing already. People were thinking of holidays.
Okay.
So obviously that time it looks like he's shining, but the other team is already thinking, hey, I want to go on holiday. So for me, I think I'd go with my tried and tested.
So you'll go with Dino van Rooyen, right?
Dino, yeah, Dino there because my tried and tested, man. Because
Okay.
as much
No,
as I
understood.
like
Why I chose Ndlozi? I think the boy proved himself in the last few games that he is a future Orlando Pirates right back. Not taking anything away from Dino, he's got the experience. He's a seasoned campaigner, right? But looking at Ndlozi, I saw the energy going forward and the energy tracking back as well. Obviously, he can still work a little bit better on his crossing, but also giving another youngster an opportunity. I mean, when Mbogazi came in, he played just 1-2 games, and everybody was singing praises, and he solidified himself, right? So I believe that Ndlozi also deserves that bit of an opportunity. Obviously, it's great
Yeah.
to have 2 quality or 3 quality players in a position. So for me, That's why I'd like to give the youngster more opportunities so that he gains more experience. Because with games coming
Yes.
thick and fast, you don't want that you're tried and tested, maybe fatigued, injured, and all of a sudden you have to throw the ball in the deep end. So rather in the beginning, let him get used to everything and the setup, getting gelling with the new players as well, you know. So yeah, that's why I went for
Yeah.
him. But other than that, the rest, yeah, it's just quality one way.
Yeah, but Cheezy,
But the
you are still
biggest
thinking.
challenge,
You are still thinking building. Yeah, coach, listen, he's still thinking building. Look at the signings that we've made. He's still thinking building. Let's give him a chance and see how he goes. We don't have time for chance, Manje. From that first game, we are going 100 miles an hour. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
yeah,
They must prove themselves at training because building phases is done now. We can't be signing these quality players now and then still want to be building. No, 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 no. You are going to make
He's
our coach
proven
relax.
himself.
You're going to
No,
make
he's
our coach
proven
relax.
himself, Moeneeb. He's proven himself.
it's not
The
enough.
coach is
It's not enough, Cheesy.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
It's not
not enough.
enough.
So I'll put a question mark there for me on right
Yeah.
back there.
No, I'm not saying you must change, but I
Yeah.
agree with Moeneeb. I agree. One, for me, he has not done enough. Two, he has a player playing in front of him with all the experience and that he can learn from. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So now, if Dean or Van Rayon plays in front of him and he can see what Dean is doing and he can learn from Dean, and he gets his opportunity because he needs to earn his right to wear the jersey and play. For
Yes.
me, he has not done enough to put even I can put Shandu in front of him as a right back
Yeah.
for personally because he has not done enough to put both of them on the bench. Yes, he's a high quality player, good potential player for the future. I agree with you 100%. But not to because also especially when the season starts, we need to build a good base that will take us into the season. You know what I mean? We need to in the first 5 games of the league, 15 points on the clock, and then now this helps us to set a good tone. So you can imagine now Orlando Pirates where 5 games in first 5 games they have won 1, drawn 2, and lost 3. It kills the season. It kills the mindset. It kills what the plans of the club are gonna do. So that first part of the season is very key that in that competitive stage because the club needs to build or the team needs to build a good base, a base that also it will help them to get into the season and also in the season they can now build a like a level of consistency that will sustain them for the rest of the season as well.
Yeah.
So we have to also be careful in introducing the young players and not be harsh on them or maybe be hasty on playing them. You know, we need to ask also for because this is Orlando Pirates, Cheesy. This is Orlando Pirates, and you know the pressure. You know Escotini, you know when things are not going well, and you know you've been there, you have lived the life. So we need to also understand the stature of the club and where the club is in terms of pressure as well, because the pressure is to close the gap between them and Sundowns or even surpass Sundowns. You know, Easy, the player that can do that. So
Yeah.
I don't want a situation where we put players under pressure, especially the young ones, and then they crack and then we use them.
Look, I have faith I have faith in the boy, you know, but like you said, guys, this is just our opinions, you know, but this is what I love
Yeah.
about talking Pirates Buffet. This is what I love having Mark and having Moeneeb, you know, because you all don't agree on the same thing, you know, somewhere, somehow, even you at home as a fan, you probably don't agree with some of the choices that we have been making here about the players. So, in the comment section, send us your lineups, guys. Who do you think might take Orlando Pirates to the promised land, you know? So please, while you do that, that button there, that button, just tuck, you know, subscribe, guys, like, don't forget to share, you know, while you're watching this video, please like Buffet. So from us, Buffet, I think we're gonna have to close it. We'll see them on the next episode. From the real cheese cheddar mozzarella, Professor and Nippy Slim Cut Whiskers. We'll see you on the next one. Stand nonke makhaya Buffet. Oh yeah.